You will receive everything you need when you stop asking for what you do not need. The secret of Buddhism is to remove all ideas, all concepts, in order for the truth to have a chance to penetrate, to reveal itself. Our attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards us. The saddest aspect of life right now is that science gathers knowledge faster than society gathers wisdom. Hope smiles from the threshold of the year to come, whispering it will be happier. Things change, and friends leave. Life doesn't stop for anybody. There's a very positive relationship between people's ability to accomplish any task and the time they're willing to spend on it. You've a good heart. Sometimes that's enough to see you safe wherever you go, but mostly it's not. Because I don't live in either my past or my future. I'm interested only in the present. Hold yourself back, or heal yourself back together. You decide. The sidelines may be safer, but life is played on the field. Sometimes the hardest lessons are the ones that change us the most. A single death is a tragedy. 1,000,000 deaths is a statistic. It takes writing 1,000,000,000 bad words before you get to the good ones. Don't be afraid to challenge the pros, even in their own backyard. You must work in the dark for your light to shine. Regardless of how black the page, he had always managed to turn it and move on to a new chapter in his life. We go on our hands and knees and crawl our way towards the truth. I don't think that there are any limits to how excellent we could make life seem. Doing the right things is a calling from your highest self. Do it as you are. Despite its dark veins, the transparency of dragonflies' wings assures me of a pure, innocent world. Do not wait for the last judgment. It comes every day. It is not by believing, but by doubting that one can attain to the truth, which is ever-changing form and condition. Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. At the heart of nature's mystery lies another mystery. True success cannot be achieved until you have experienced failure. Sometimes you recognize truth because it destroys you for a bit. Be grateful for what you already have while you pursue what you want. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, enthusiastically act upon will come to pass. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. Faith and reason are like two wings of the human spirit by which it soars to the truth. At times, it can feel like the loneliest place on earth because it's just us, alone with our unanswered prayers. Free yourself from the inauthenticity and disempowerment of your story. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. There is force in the universe, which, if we permit it, will flow through us and produce miraculous results. I know it's not easy for you, living this life, but try to remember, always try to remember, you're not the only one with troubles. There is no harm in taking a step forward if you are not standing on the mountain's brink. When the road ahead seems impossible, start the engine. Home is where somebody notices when you are no longer there. We swallowed the chaos because we knew we didn't want to be ordinary. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Focus on your character, not your reputation. Focus on your blessings, not your misfortunes. A bird is safe in its nest, but that is not what its wings are made for. Every time you help someone to achieve success, you become more successful. Always help to lift the burdens of others. Being sensitive is a gift that fosters peace. Help create a kinder, gentler world by embracing it. Be happy in the moment, that's enough. Each moment is all we need, not more. We may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Through all of living, have much joy and laughter. Life is to be enjoyed, not just endured. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. Take the first step, no more, no less, and the next will be revealed. He was a lonely ghost uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear. Hearts are breakable, Isabel said, and I think even when you heal, you're never what you were before. Sacrifice is a part of life. It's supposed to be. It's not something to regret. It's something to aspire to. The place where you made your stand never mattered. Only that you were there and still on your feet. You know, there's no such thing as a complete lie. There's always some truth in there. You cannot score a goal when you are sitting on the bench. To do so, you have to dress up and enter the game. Set goals that make your heart sing. Then achieving them is an experience of uplifting joy. Settle, for sure and universally, what conduct will promote the happiness of a rational being. The end may justify the means as long as there is something that justifies the end. To know you are ignorant is the beginning of wisdom. Happiness is something we reap from the seeds we sow. Plant misery seeds, and that is what you reap. A man's true wealth is the good he does in the world. In prayer, it is better to have a heart without words than words without a heart. Because, sometimes, things happen to people and they're not equipped to deal with them. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Leaning forward in your chair when someone is trying to squeeze behind you isn't enough. You also have to move the chair. It's not that some people have willpower and some don't. It's that some people are ready to change and others are not. Everything that is done in this world is done by hope. You may tend to get cancer from the thing that makes you want to smoke so much, not from the smoking itself. Fear is a probability by its own cause of actions. If we live by it, we lose all the possibilities of endurance. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. Leowin, don't worry, Lithiel. Truth's existence never depended upon belief. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. There is a fire against us, and in the end, the fire could burn us or ignite us into an unstoppable force. In the end, all men die. How you lived will be far more important to the Almighty than what you accomplished. Start by doing what is necessary, then what is possible, and suddenly you are doing the impossible. Life is fragile. We're not guaranteed a tomorrow, so give it everything you've got. In the calculus of feelings, you never really know how one person's absence will affect you more than another's. It doesn't matter how great your shoes are if you don't accomplish anything in them. You don't have the right to complain about your life if you're not willing to change it. Science is organized knowledge. Wisdom is organized life. To all of you here, I wish you a very happy new year, and I look forward to seeing you in 2022. All the best. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. Challenges are gifts that force us to search for a new center of gravity. Don't fight them. Just find a new way to stand. Our soul wounds took time to show themselves, and they will take time to heal. And healing requires compassion. I just wanted to tell you that I understand if you go. It's okay if you have to leave us. It's okay if you want to stop fighting. Not every instance requires a response. Truth resides silently in the seat of power. You can't strangle stress to death. You can try, but all that effort only increases its ferocity until it shatters your ability to contain it. The purpose of literature is to turn blood into ink. Sometimes not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. Life isn't about escaping the darkness. It's all about experiencing both the day and night. If people make fun of you, that probably means you're doing something right. It's failure that gives you the proper perspective on success. Men have two greatest fears. The first fear is the fear of being needed, and the second fear is the fear of not being needed. You are not just for the right or left, but for what is right over the wrong. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me, and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Sometimes the right thing feels all wrong until it is over and done with. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. They blossomed. They did not talk about blossoming. The triumph can't be had without the struggle. Writing fiction is the act of weaving a series of lies to arrive at a greater truth.